Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna give Atomic Power Robot a minute to notice me. Notice me, senpai. And while I wait for that, if anybody's watching, check that out right there. That is bizarre and hilarious. And this is the tweet source. Like I want to know how people got that idea, like where people came up with that, and how it spread enough that they're having to make PSAs saying, "Hey, cocaine doesn't prevent COVID-19." Like, I mean, okay, so in the US, people stopped buying Corona beer because of it. That's also pretty not smart. But there's at least a linguistic connection there. Corona, coronavirus. It's dumb and inaccurate, but you can at least follow the logic. How does cocaine fit in anywhere in this? Like, have Colombia, Bolivia, whatever, have they not been hit by COVID-19? Have they been resistant? There's APR. Okay, so hello, Internet. It is 3:48 p.m. Sorry, on Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. Now I'm trying to think of a 311 song. Because date. Oh well, doesn't matter. They used to be big. Not so much anymore. The one song that's popping into my head I don't think is actually even 311. Anyway, yes, I'm Mark Amsray, DJ Amstrack. I'm holding court, continuing Dishonored 2. I almost said Discord 2. That's not a thing. Brain. Last time we finished running through the place. What was it called? As Addermeyer. Finished running through Addermeyer Institute. Found that the good doctor there had a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde situation going on. And that her counterpart was, in fact, the Crown Killer. But with the help of some notes left by her dying assistant, we gave her a cure. And she is currently recovering. And will be likely to flee the Institute as soon as she is feeling up to it. She was just kind of dazed for a minute after we administered it. Wow, this is taking a long time to load. While I wait, I'm going to see if the song that's in my head was in fact 311. Nope, it sure wasn't. It was Sugar Ray. Hey, Rose. That's the song that I remember. All mixed up. Okay. Some crud on my glasses. Black and white mode. Interesting. Dr. Hypatia needed a place to sleep, so I cleared the stuff out of the spare cabin. I was able to sell most of it. Here's what's left of the money. It's not a lot, I know. Whale oil is expensive and under Imperial rationing decree, but you know that. Megan Foster. Been watching Megan Foster closely. For now, I've decided to trust her. Without her, I'd probably be like Emily, trapped by Delilah's magic. Right, I remember that bit. Alexandria Hypatia. They call her the savior of the miners. Duke Abel used the doctor's own serum against her, turned her into an instrument of fear and death. But I was able to cure her. The Crown Killer is gone forever. Still, Hypatia knows what she's done, with that serum released in her. There's no cure for that except time. Sokolov wasn't at the Addermeyer Institute. He's been taken by a rival natural philosopher, Kirin Jindosh, grand inventor, maker of the Clockwork Soldiers. They say Jindosh is more ambitious and more twisted than Sokolov ever was. Fine, but Sokolov is the greatest mind the Empire has ever known, and I want him on my side, because if he's working for Jindosh, it might be very, very bad. The Dreadful Whale. What a weird name. This boat makes sleep hard to come by. I'd prefer being tossed by a storm to the endless lapping of inconsequential waves. I remember sailing from nation to nation during the rat plague all those years ago. Jessamine so hopeful, counting on me to negotiate help from the other isles, thinking I had skills in diplomacy, thinking others saw in me what she alone saw. I failed her, and I failed her again on my return. Now it's Emily who needs me. But I'm older. I can feel it, like a heaviness, sand in my joints. I miss my daughter. At least she was there during the bad days, drawing and telling stories in the Hound Pits pub.
Sound. How did that old fool come to mean so much to me? You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms, just for a while, I think.
What did I do?
Needed
what
to be
did
away
I
from
do?
Adamine.
All these faces and the Duke's voice, lulling me, then feeling her push me down into sleep. Oh, you're here. Stay with me a moment.
Hypatia, what can you remember? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He might be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him. But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Adamire. Thank you.
On a boat, with friends, I believe. I slept, thankfully without the usual nightmares. Perhaps the sea air does me good. The captain, Megan Foster, brought some tea earlier. Such an interesting woman. She seems to understand about my strange, disjointed memories and the feelings of dread that accompany them. As soon as I am able, I must return to Addermire. So much of the last few months seems a blur. What was I accomplishing? What of my research into serums for the Black Spittle? My work was so easily derailed. I can only conclude I was suffering from a complete exhaustive breakdown. I will need time to recover.
Megan must be up on deck.
Yes. I read
That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases.
It wasn't here before, but I did read it in at Addermire. After last week's disaster, the Grand Inventor Kirin Jindosh circulated the following information related to his Clockwork Soldiers. All Grand Guard personnel should read this report. The Clockwork Soldier is protected by armored wooden plates. If some miscreant destroys these, then there's nothing protecting the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. Okay, so hit him with fire first. If something knocks off the Clockwork's head, the thing will attack anyone it can, ally or not. That means you. Given the expensive optics Mr. Jindosh has provided each Clockwork with, they can see in the front and in the back. Remember that if another one of them goes haywire. If some fool is able to get close enough, there's A small panel on each clockwork that can be rewired, which will invert their perception of friend and foe. Again, that means you get attacked. Keep these things in mind, and the clockworks will be an asset and not a liability. 3rd Lieutenant Fiora Diaz.
Clockwork soldiers must cost a fortune. If Jindosh finds a way around that, he'll make an army. Jindosh invented the Silvergraph. Clever man. His invention's likely to outlive him. Jindosh lives in Upper Aventa. I'll have to take the carriage to reach his mansion. We'll find you, Anton.
Okay, I feel like this must go somewhere. Oops. Oh, dang it. Come on. Okay, set it there. Now let's see if I can find something that needs a crank on it. Something that needs a cranking. Release the cranking. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I don't remember this door. Huh.
Ramsey and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle. More to go. As assassins go, the Crown Killer was messy. Vulgar. The Duke wanted people afraid. Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this. Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years? Hypatia did terrible things under the influence of her formula, but she's free now.
Head. Attach the crank wheel. Okay, so yes. Okay, so that is where it goes. Okay, let me grab the crank wheel again. It's a little hidey hole back here. Good to know this exists. I'm sure combat will be occurring on this ship at some point. Now, where might that key be? Another crank wheel. I'm starting to understand why Anton wanted to go to Dunwall to seek Corvo's help. He's impressive. I have to wonder if he's really suited for palace life. Maybe he wonders that himself sometimes. We could have been good friends at a time when I was running across the rooftops like he is now, watching my enemies from the shadows. I just hope he's breathing tomorrow morning so I can complain when he puts his dusty boots up on the table again. I've lost so many friends. First, my sweet Deirdre. I've always had trouble pronouncing that name. Deirdre? Deirdre? Deirdre, I think. Others along the way. Good old Aramis Stilton, who disappeared 3 years ago. And now Anton. Maybe this is my punishment. And bad luck. Please, Corvo, bring him back. Oh, huh. Neat. Okay. Onward.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
Not just yet.
Suit yourself.
I have a map of the boat? What does that symbol mean? No, I don't have a map of the boat. Okay. So then let me see if I can't. Orient myself. To figure out exactly where that door is. Okay, so it's on that side of the boat. Okay, so I don't think I can get in via a hatch. I'm going to see if I can't find... I'm going to cheat, basically. I'm going to look this up. Okay. Just, actually, you know what? I can do this faster just by alt-tabbing out. Dishonored to Dreadful Whale locked door. Ah, okay. So, can't access it yet.
Ready?
We should head out.
All right, let's get underway. Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, harassing people who look like trouble.
You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station.
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Yes, but it's been years.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll see you after it's done.
Corvo, take care of this crazy man and his clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me.
Whalebone. Itch. Oh, someone's got an entire little workshop down here.
squeeze out every drop of wine you can, then you
I
pass
should
it
think
to
that's
them.
just obvious.
Put that on my tombstone.
I feel safe. What is wrong with this city? I told him he was too skinny. Told him he wouldn't last a day. Poor kid. Why do I always have to be right?
Yep. Already spotted. Off to a great start.
Whole family stoned to death. Smells. Sure I saw someone. Someone suspicious. Here! Don't let him escape! Bad move! Mercy! Die already! Let me show you how I got my strength. You aren't going anywhere! Damn you! Tear you to pieces!
Great start. I quick saved at just the wrong time. Restart from last checkpoint? Is that the quick save, or is that a little before the quick save? I hope it's a little before the quick save. Nope, it's the quick save. Hold on a sec. I fudged the bucket. Restart mission. Yes.
I need Anton Sokolov, but he...
Just want Anton back here, safe and sound. You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms, just for a while.
Dreams
I think.
were stronger. Oh,
Needed to be away from Admire.
Hypatia, what can you remember? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He might be the key to unraveling the Duke's
I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Admire. Thank you.
Megan must be up on deck. That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases. Jindosh lives in Upper Aventa. I'll have to take the carriage to reach his mansion. Jindosh invented the silvergraph. Clever man. His invention's likely to outlive him. We'll find you, Anton. Clockwork soldiers must cost a fortune. If Jindosh finds a way around that, he'll make an army. As assassins go, the Crown Killer was messy, vulgar. The Duke wanted people afraid. Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this. Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years? Hypatia did terrible things under the influence of her formula, but she's free now.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
Let's go.
All right, let's get underway. Jindal.
There was the was the elixir.
Is gone. The age of Delilah is underway. But the danger hasn't passed. Not at all. Through vile trickery, the so-called Royal Protector Corvo Latano escaped. And he's here among us. I'm sure of it. Scheming and hiding. Be vigilant. Your weight in silver if you bring him to justice.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
Getting tired of the sound of my own voice. Let him talk. Let's be a stone wall for all they listen.
Just once, I'd like to see her buy the drinks. Just one time. Is that too much to ask?
Major Bonneville, thank you again for your help. Without you, it would have been impossible to trace the final members of the Grand Guard who were with Stilton that night 3 years ago. The last man had made it all the way north to Maya, if you can believe it, and was recovering at a Tivian asylum for the poor, claiming to have seen all manner of strange things in the night of Stilton's last social gathering, or on the night of Stilton's last social gathering. He even described an exotic, hooded figure visiting the manor, perhaps someone connected to Stilton's disappearance. Such matters are best left to military men such as yourself, I suppose. I still have your bank agent's name and address. Rest assured, your final payment will be delivered soon. I'm also sending a small flask of a liquor that is close to my heart, made from the pomace left over after wine grapes have been pressed. Please think of me as you enjoy. Yours truly, Brianna Ashworth. this is like a carriage garage thing. Okay, that's what's going on here.
Look at this place. Might be time to head back to Potterstead.
This is the Duke. I just awoke from the dream.
You up for a beer later?
Wouldn't miss that.
Rising up from the ocean to smash the clock. I screamed and fell out of bed. It's not $1,000 traveling by ship.
Interesting get-up you have there, covering your face.
Force exists to drive us mad, drag us down deep, where our skin and organs turn to jelly and our bones sever.
Why does she want that apartment? Dust everywhere, no matter what you do.
Trade on the waters on which we walk. Draconis is a land of tall timber, fierce winds, deep silver mines. Beneath the ocean, no choice.
Oh, blood flies. Month of Songs. Lady Coddington brought silk scarves from her boutique, one of which Mr. Prospero used to gently strangle her. I maintained a count of her pulse and observed her breathing. When the life signs faded, we left her still for 2 full minutes before reviving her. Was it really the void she described? Have we succeeded in seeing the unseeable? My hand trembles as I recall the intensity in her eyes, as she struggles to recount with broken voice what she felt during those 2 minutes. Month of Earth. I convinced our little group that less gentle methods were needed if our desire to meet the outsider was sincere. Bloodfly fever, voluntarily induced. That will be our way to the void. After procuring a few bloodflies and some Addermeyer solution, we coated our hands with the elixir before exposing them to the vivarium. The stinging was unbearable. Lady Coddington fainted immediately. I was the last one to remove my hands. The fever was quick to set in. As I faded in and out of consciousness, ocean waves pounded above me. There were silhouettes in the distance, and shimmering black rocks, a timeless passing in an unthinkable place while delirium held us for a few hours. I must get back there as soon as possible, when my wounds have healed. Man, don't you keep anything flammable around? Lucky sphalerite. His face became one with the wall.
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaca. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment. But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life, for reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They probably took it apart, and it has never worked since.
Treatise on the Physical Existence of That Foreign Realm. Excerpt. It is a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other... Oh, I remember this. I've heard that before. These little glimpses of the void in dreams or described by those awoken from comas are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This, then, must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth, or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of the light or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it. and we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless, it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas? And what things we would learn.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Wanna buy one?
Wait a second. There's something on the ground there? Oh no, it's just an ashtray. Just an ashtray. I don't know. An ashtray would just be like a chair.
Oh, sure, yeah, he knows how to talk with the boss. Like spittle.
Oops.
Hey, times are hard. Help me out if you can. Appreciate it. I'll let you in on a secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something. You watch yourself. The Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
There's a... Oh, there... Okay, I see what I'm looking at now. Okay. Oops. Ah, found California. I don't know anyone in California. Oops. They don't seem too perturbed by that sound.
impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yes, son.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
Can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank. Getting so a person can't breathe. So much dust.
Disgusting.
Sarah, things are rotten here in Dunwall. Nothing is the same since the coup. It ain't safe for no one, and there's no jobs neither. You get yourself back here and take your kids. It ain't right you should have left them with me for so long. Anyway, you didn't mention how sickly they was and poor behaved. Now, you're my sister, and that counts for something, but when the new month comes, I'm leaving. There's no more I can do. I ain't their mother, and they won't listen. I can't afford to feed 'em no more. There's nothing left for beers or rent by the time they're done eating. And not a penny from you. Off to find your fortune in Karnaca. Some fortune. Well, that's the end of it. Bethy. I need more drink. Alright. Stretch my neck. Because it gets way too tense. Especially on games that require a lot of focus. You're making some funny noises, little ratties. No. Okay. Save. And let's see what happens here. Wow. Ah, she was right. It wasn't enough. Okay. Well then. I'm gonna see now if I can't find one more tank. That's not the button I meant. That is. Hello, Remy.
I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here.
Hey, stop it.
Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients. But I've heard he's not so easy to please. There's something familiar about you.
I've been away from Karnaca for a long time. I need a rewire tool, like the ones used by the Grand Guard. No questions. Clear?
Yes, sir. But I can't help you right now. I have people coming in, and I can't be responsible for their manners if you take my meaning. Paolo is coming by. See me later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by. I think he's here.
Lock it down. Before it takes long. Make sure you have the I need 8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. More leasing.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last...
Hey, where'd it go?
I'll cut you in half. I bet you've been living a soft luck. I'ma cut you into...
You won't go anywhere. Take it! This won't take it.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I wasn't expecting him to explode into rats. Meow. Meow. Come on, Remy. What are you doing? Silly cat, what are you doing? Here you go, now you can get closer.
I think he's here. Hide yourself.
Lock it down. This won't take long.
That's it. Stay out of sight.
Even my toes.
I bet this one's carrying coin.
I'ma cut you into pieces.
Cut you in half.
That mask will look time to die, old man.
Crush you parasite.
Better go. I bet you've been living a soft life. The howler you killed was a friend of mine.
I didn't kill a howler.
He's gone.
Oh. Okay, well that's not working. I guess I just have to let him go. For now.
That's it. Stay out of sight.
Place is filthy. Makes a person sick at dusk.
I need 8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. More leasing.
I know what you mean.
Where did those rats come from?
Because last time you gave me some backwater foundry that wouldn't hold an edge and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Off maybe 10%?
30. Because I liked you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these clockwork soldiers protecting the aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
A half kilo of orange juice? Actually, that probably wouldn't be that much. Half a cup of cornbread is kind of weird, though.
Look sharp, she says. Stay awake, she says. I'm not even sure what I'm
You know,
supposed to
I
do.
sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
Well,
Another of these shops was robbed. I'd hire guards if I could afford it. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
I thought that was a minus rather than a
Things were
tilde at
so much
first.
better just a decade ago.
Small type.
Pleasure to do business. The situation in the Empire has driven the prices up, I'm afraid. I used to own a cafe down at the docks, but the smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell. You won't be sorry.
And the smell, you won't be sorry.
Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients, but I've heard he's not so easy to please. A deal well made.
Don't do that, Remy. Sweet girl. Come over here. Or hop up here. It's also a good place for a Remy. Come on. Ow. Biting me.
I shouldn't deal with strangers.
Who would throw away perfectly good spools of copper wire?
Huh? Once was a man from Arkane. He jumped on a knife.
Someone should have come through already.
Hush. You'll tip off the mark.
How long are we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
God's shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
Decent.
Time to die, old man.
How would you know what a full day's work looks like?
You there! I need your help. You there! I need your help.
Is someone there? Out! Over here! This won't take long. Nope, you're staying.
Let's see what you've got.
Leaving so soon? We're not done with you yet. He won't go
punching.
anywhere.
Quit me.
I'll cut you in half. I don't want to die. Think you look tough, hiding your face? I'll crush. I'm gonna cut you into pieces.
You shouldn't have wandered outside without bodyguards, my lord.
He's dead.
We know your place.
Dang it. That didn't go as well as it could have.
help.
You shouldn't have wandered outside without bodyguards, milord. I bet you've been living a soft life. I'm gonna cut you into...
Yale, you screwed me. Paolo was where you said he'd be, alone. We knifed him 50 times. He was choking blood when I drove a rail spike through the side of his head. Then he was just gone and there weren't nothing but a bunch of rats. Not sure how he pulled that trick, but you must have known, scumbag. Next day, Paolo came back with 10 howlers, got us a couple at a time, dragged Brenda and Toma screaming into the street and bashed out all their teeth with a hammer, put that crazy powder in their eyes. Had 'em seeing terrible things, screaming like carnival clowns, mouths all running red. Then Paolo gave the word and they shot 'em with those screaming darts they use. I stayed hid. So I'm finished, asshole, and I bet you were working with the howlers all along. I swear if I ever see you again, I'll stick you. Sabine. Okay, well that worked. Let's take a look through here. Ah, okay. Howling boots. Interesting. Oh, that's what I saw. Okay.
Sure. When the Grand Guard go into the place and see it packed solid with blood flies, they burn the building to the ground. And the ones on either side.
They may just smoke flash it. Either way, the jewels will be ruined. We're not getting our money, are we?
Have some faith. It'll just be more complicated than I thought it would be.
The Dukes let the blood flies get out of hand this year. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
Nobody's looking out for nobody right now. We'll go back tonight and dig the jewels out. After that, we'll make a quick exit from Karnaca.
Not this time.
Watch yourself around the Grand Guard.
What are you covering your face for?
My parents were from Tivia, but I was born right here.
Your face is covered. I only had a boat of my own. That's the limit.
Okay, what number do you think that was? That looks like it might have been an 8. So let's try that. At the very least, I have a 1 in 10 chance. Or rather, it'll take me 10 tries to open it. At most. 25th day, month of Timber, 1851. Janice, you'll find everything in the safe. I've written the combination in the usual place. You know where to look in the office. I changed all the safe tumblers recently because I feel like I'm being followed. Pretty sure I heard shuffling and heavy breathing from somewhere nearby in the dark while I was closing up the office for the night. It's not the Grand Guard this time, but we're being watched for certain. It's probably safer to postpone our next gathering. Can you warn the others? I'll leave for Calero when I'm done with today's clients. Corey Brockburn. Oh, it was a 2. How about that? Gathering of the Regenters. Second day, month of Timber, 1851. All members present. Primary agenda, possible actions for the upcoming anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Proposal by Corey Brockburn, letter to the Karnaca Gazette, explaining that while her murder was reprehensible, the end results may have been positive for the Empire. Action, motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Janice Tynes, members wear Lord Regent's crest armbands on the anniversary. Objection by Corey Brockburn, lovely idea, but it may hurt business for members who need to deal with many clients on that day. Clients may find it in poor taste. Action, 4 votes against, 3 votes in favor, motion rejected. Counter-proposal by Janice Tynes. Armbands could be worn on the 15th anniversary of the Lord Regent's unlawful arrest. Action, motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Teodoro Benitez. Campaign demanding wider deployment of the Wall of Light, brought back into use in Karnaca by Duke Bell. The boldest measures are the safest. Action, vote delayed until word comes from Grand Guard leadership, collecting facts on reductions in crime across Karnaca. Proposal added to agenda for next gathering. Cocktails and spirits served. Metronome. Locked. Oh. Let's see if I can't find another way in before I resort to breaking the door. That looks like a way in. Spymaster's Axis of Asymmetry. I think I remember that guy from the first game. TV in pairs. Conan grapes. And I'm good. The southern winds presented at the Academy for the benefit and moral edification of the pupils therein. Excerpt from a speech. Cherished students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Serkonos and the beauty of its people? I pose questions today that I hope to answer in great detail. Let's start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer clime affect the spiritual outlook of a people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley, and Gristle possessed of a more taciturn nature through the geographic and meteorological conditions of their birth? And are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of warmer water and air that are channeled across the dreadful ocean from the Pandician continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I have been impressed with the commonality shared across all cultures, but also in the differences. It's my goal to illuminate these areas of inquiry, and I will share at least one spicy Serkonan recipe with you before the day is done. Caleb Manley, natural philosopher. There was a definitive moment when people stopped calling Emily Kaldwin the Child Empress. It came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwall to the authoritarianism of the Lord Regent's time. On the way back to Dunwall Tower, Kaldwin's carriage was blocked between two gates, with her attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the Royal Protector too far away to be of service, the young Empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage, save for her friend, Alexei Mayhew. Kaldwin supporters are lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that had landed at their feet, throwing it back at the assailants and saving the Empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Kaldwin who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the man senseless with it. With the city watch closing in, the two girls held their ground against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It is said that Emily Kaldwin refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and this is hailed by many as her first adult decision as Empress. Cited for her heroic actions, Alexei Mayhew was commissioned by the City Watch when she turned 18, and was later made captain by Emily Kaldwin herself. Fango Coastline. I think I remember this bit. Oh no, I found 3, not 2. We were only miles from shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow, and we spied 2 vessels that had succumbed to them some time ago. The remaining crew was uncharacteristically silent as we edged by the weathered wrecks. The first mate declared a particularly narrow channel to be unpassable, but the captain dispatched 10 crewmen onto the submerged coral with sledgehammers. Thereafter, each chest deep in water, they pulled the Antonia Aquilo into the tiny channel with ropes. It proved a marvelous solution. However, just as we were about to lower the rope ladders, tragedy struck as the men were beset by a school of reef-dwelling eels. Apparently their toxic bites were quite painful. From the railing, we could see them swarming the men, who begged us for aid before succumbing to the paralytic effects of the toxin. Within moments, all were still in the water. We continue on in silence, and by sunset we had cleared the bars and put an anchor